Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3 with this Russian campaign. Last time around, we avenged the death of Peter Bagration by taking Copenhagen. And not only that, we sacked the city, which gained us quite a bit of coin. Since then, there has been a rebellion, which I put down. It's all light infantry and then light dragoon squads. So that was no problem. They have since fallen back, and I have no interest really now to go after them. The town is pretty much under control. I think once I destroy this, the rest of the upset populace will come in line, but not really in a hurry to do that right now. I've started moving the trade fleet over here, but there is a Danish fleet. I imagine they're hiding here, or they're really somewhere out here. And I'm having to build a fleet to sink them, to be able to get through. So that's what's going on in Denmark. As I've done quite a few turns, I've been able to reset up the pass, or the allowance to pass through Prussian territory. So I've brought the troops that I had here. Clearly not everyone. Here's some troops. They need to march here. So I have been able to bolster the armies that I already have here. So we've got here's Kutuzov. He's got a full stack now, and we've got Buxwarden over here with his army, which has also got boosted quite a bit. And then we've got a completely new army under Sergei Kamensky. It has no artillery, which is a problem, so I will be getting artillery pieces moved over here, but they're expensive and take a long time to recruit. So for now, this guy's gonna go without artillery. So heavy cavalry, 3 units of dragoons, 2 units of grenadier, and then the rest are musketeers. He was really just a backup to Kutuzov. So what I'm hoping to do in this episode is we're gonna take Fyodor Buxtoven and move in and take Hessen-Kissel, and that will I will hand that over to the Prussians, and hopefully we can get in a deal where the Prussians join the war on our side, which should be good. At the same time, I want to avoid as much as possible, go straight on against the French, but right now they have 6 full stack in this region. And on my own, with only 3, that would be hard to take on. But as we can see, there's an Austrian armies moving forward. So I'm hoping to join them, with them, and it looks like, I'm hoping anyways, that they're not going to pass over the bridge, go straight for the capital province, but instead we could fight these 2 full stacks up here, destroy them, and once that's done, we'll be able to burn the supply depot, which will reduce the home advantage of the French of fighting in their own controlled territory, where they will be able to replenish the troops compared to us. So I'm hoping we can beat them there, and then sort of try and push. Not entirely sure that will work. There's probably plenty more French full stacks on the way, and there's probably a lot of them being able to move up through the south. But we're gonna join at least to follow the advance of the Austrians here. So I'm gonna move Kutuzov into this region, and we're gonna bring Sergei Kamensky as well over to this region. Right now we're setting up for ambushes, which would also be great if the French tried to preemptively go against the Austrians. But hopefully we'll be able to join the Austrians here in a fight. Same time, he's going to be moving over there. And also, the English, quite interesting, have been doing a lot of invasions all over the place. So they invaded here. Unfortunately for them, I was able to take Hanover before them, but obviously I handed it over. They also got to the island down here, and now it seems like it's going pretty well in the Peninsula War, because Great Britain has taken Madrid and is holding Spain. And if this sort of victories continue to happen for the British, they will be able to open up a second front against the French, which will greatly relieve our Central European front. Hopefully troops will be dragged out of here, and that will be great. The thing though is that mainland Spain has not been at war for so long that I imagine they have quite a lot of full stacks. And the reason the British were able to take Madrid is not because they just pummeled their way through all of them, but because most of the Spanish full stacks were actually marching to join Napoleon over here. So it could be that there's a massive torrent of Spanish troops coming back. Anyways, there's not much more I can do. We have a little bit of an idea of what we got in the future. Big battles going on here, battle here, and then naval battle against the Danish, so I can get that cotton from America. And yes, let's go ahead and end turn and see which one of these battles is going to go down first. Ah, and it is in fact over here. The French move not to attack the Austrians, but actually to move into Bohemia again. And it is Marshal Ney with a huge cavalry force that is moving towards Bohemia, and he gets ambushed in the borderlands by Kutuzov and Kamensky. So we have a total force of 8,000 Russian troops ready to ambush Marshal Ney's 2,500. And at this point I've also added quite a bit of troops to Kutuzov's army. So we've got we've got 2 battalions of these Lightfoot. I also have the Leibgwardy Prebriansky's elite infantry. We got more grenadier, more. This is the Leibgwardy Jägers, 2 units, and so on. And this is obviously a very veteran army, having fought in many battles. So it should go pretty great. It's actually 50-50, I thought, almost. But this cannot be played as a drop-in battle. Let's go ahead and destroy Marshal Ney, Marshal of France. And here we have it, the ambush spot. What I've gone ahead and done is we have put the heavy cavalry. It's going to run up through the rear. We've got 1 grenadier brigade right here, which is going to advance through here. I've got the light infantry brigade, which comprises of 4 units of light infantry that's going to move up to the edge of the forest and fire at the French. We've got the Leibgwardy, which is over here. They're just going to hold for now. They're going to kind of guard the artillery. We've got another grenadier brigade, which includes the Pavlovsky Grenadiers. And they're going to move in towards the forest and kind of swing down. I also have the light cavalry up here, ready to march forward. Another grenadier unit to guard the artillery. So I've got artillery cover kind of going that way and that way towards the front, while we hope to pin the enemy kind of in the open. We'll see how this goes. So let's go ahead and start. Okay, so there's the French. Let's move up. That's a lot of cavalry. You know what? I'm gonna form the light infantry into square. I might have moved them a little bit more forward, but we're gonna form them into square back in the forest. And I think we need to advance most units here. This one hopefully does not... I don't think we'll get that far given all the cavalry. Let's get the light cavalry to the top. Right, time to form squares. Let's get the cavalry, heavy cavalry up onto the crest. That's a lot of French cavalry coming at us. I mean, they might be able to overwhelm the squares, who knows? Our cavalry is coming in. They're going completely balls deep in that direction. There's a light horse over there, that's good. Our heavy cavalry is coming in. However, they are getting flank fired. Let's just get the enemy away from... Okay, now they're coming too close, form square. They're going after the light infantry. My cavalry, though, is breaking them up as we push through. We need to push down these support units to aid in this fight, and then bring the light cavalry closer. Squares have suffered quite a bit, but they are holding. The light ones are holding as well. They're deep in the forest, so that should hold them quite a while. Let's see if I can just sweep through here with the heavy cavalry. I don't want to get stuck while the enemy infantry is shooting at them. And now we've got a lot of support units coming down here. Grenadier Brigade plus the 2 units of Leibgarde. I imagine no, they're still confident and active. I'd say we pull back now and let our guns shoot them down. Oh, how did you manage to get all the way over here into the flank? The Grenadier unit should do fine against this. I might have just had them stand there. Oh, they're moving around. They were able to maneuver all over the place. Is that's the French general right by Kutuzov. Kutuzov will retire into the biggest square. He's ballsy, that general, isn't he? Goes to his battle is he's losing the battle, but he decides that he's gonna try and go and personally go ahead and cut down my general. And now he's going for my heavy cavalry. That's certainly gonna work out for him. I'm sending in the light units to kind of sweep away what's left here.
We have killed their general, sir.
Oh.
Now they must pray.
Ney has died in a cavalry charge, just like he always wanted. With Ney dead, I don't think the French are going to hold on. Actually, go for that one. And then the squares need to be dropped.
Glorious victory, sir.
And move towards the enemy. The thing is, I think a cavalry alone will win the battle here. Push through and send the French running. He was too confident in moving straight into this trap. With all that cavalry, not enough infantry support. The light cavalry is having trouble beating the conscript unit, which is holding on for dear life against my Guard Cossacks and Guard Hussars. Eventually, though, that unit will break, and it just did. Hold fire. Just march after, make sure that the enemy is beaten. And there we have it. Victory. It took me no more than 6 minutes to break him. And there's tons of dead French cavalry all over the field. Not unlike what Ney did at Waterloo. He has wasted the proud French cavalry in an absolute mistake. And Kutuzov is still standing. How wonderful. We've beaten one of the 6 full stacks in Bavaria, and we have barely lost any troops. We deployed 8,000 men, although 4,000 men never made it onto the field. Not that I needed them, because the French forces, deploying 2,500, lost 2,000 men, leaving only 500. 500 is also the amount of men I lost. 525 men. So the enemy lost 4 times as many troops than us. And it comes down to the Hussars. The Guard Hussars and the Guard Cossacks are actually the ones that kill the most. Even though I think the seemingly most impactful movement was made by the heavy cavalry, as they punched through into the flank of all those French cavalry attacking the Grenadiers. But here we have it. And here we're back after that end turn. Unfortunately, my stupid fleet didn't go into port where I wanted them to. They went, instead of going into port here, or retreating this way to join with this fleet that I've got here, they decided they were going to move all the way over here, where there's no protection against the Danish fleet. I am going to take their port instead as a way of strangling them. They can barely make any money out of Norway, I imagine. There's one forestry camp, and then there's that one town. They can barely make any money, so most of their money, I imagine, was made from trade with these other countries. And now when their port is gone, you know, their fleet might dissolve just by the fact that they do not have anyone to not anything to pay them with. So we got some troops being recruited. I didn't know I recruited more of those. I was hoping for more cannons. We are recruiting. Here we got quite a bit of cannon. I'm recruiting even more cannon. And I've got some bigger ships being recruited here. So 64 gun, which I plan to lead my fleet. I'm not gonna need that little crap boat. So we're gonna set these guys, and they're gonna move with the fleet. But now, since the fleet is split, kind of makes a problem. I'm going to increase the fleet, though. I've got here some intellectuals, which I'm gonna move to Denmark. However, now when the Danes are that close, I'm not entirely sure I want to go all the way, because that port is now blocked. We're gonna go to kind of a halfway point, somewhere where hopefully the Danes can't spot us, but still, you know what, I will stay right here, we'll stay out here. Because I'm hoping the Danes will go back, and that will allow me to just move directly here, and then move them down to this center. At the same time, the Austrians actually remove one of their generals from the front line here. They're sending this force instead, but I'm not too happy with that. We did have one small French force right here moving down. They had burnt the mines over here. I'm not sure. There's a remnant of one army. Now I want to continue, and I want to smash this force here. This is the remnants of Ney's army, but it has been receiving reinforcements. The French actually pulled forces down towards the center, but they also pushed in another general through here. So, I mean, there are probably actually more French troops in the region now than there was before. So that's not super great. I might want to go ahead and rebuild that. And this is another building that needs rebuilding. We will be smashing the Danes here soon. Careful here not to end up with the same kind of problem. Okay, here we can see what they have. You know what? Given the time of the episode, it's probably best if we strike as soon as possible, so we actually get this on the way. They are... I think it's just because they're a very veteran force that it's so heavily against us, but I think I have a pretty good chance. They haven't built a fort here or anything. I can't rely on extra troops. I kind of want to destroy this guy before he goes and attacks the supply depot I'm building here. But at the same time, I want to be pushing forward. So what I might do is just detach some cavalry units from Kamensky's army just to smash this. It's 3 infantry units. I think maybe 2 dragoons might be sent off to destroy them. But let's go ahead and play this battle right here. Because so far we've only had one 5-minute battle. Very veteran army. Yes. Not much more to say. Let's go ahead and fight it. This is going to be a pretty risky battle because the enemy, I said they weren't that good, but they are actually very good. Their accuracy is very high. So we need to charge them down and break them, which is going to be hard because they've got tons of chevrons. But I'm hoping I'll be able to surround them and just kind of smash them all together. We're going to use this forest to move our infantry through, and that will hopefully soak up a lot of bullets. And then I have 3 dragoons set here. They're going to sweep in. My heavy cavalry is going to sweep in from that side. Infantry moving through there, through the forest. It's going to bayonet charge or stay in the forest and shoot kind of until we get a good position. Light infantry is going to move in there. It's going to fire from that location. So 2 infantry brigades moving through with a grenadier in the center to aid. Cannon over here, general. Let's go ahead and start. Okay, that's their setup. We're gonna start the advance here. Cannons open fire, and enemy hussars are moving swiftly to attack us right at the start here. And they're gonna meet their doom against these 2 brigades of infantry. Because there's no way they'll be able to get through here. Not entirely sure what this tactic is of running back and forth across. Maybe it is to cause a diversion, as we've got a... I almost missed forming square over here. And then these guys need to be brought down. It's a dragoon regiment. Outnumbering my heavy cuirassiers, but I bet my troops will win that battle, especially if I inspire them. Cavalry being beaten there. Cavalry being beaten back over there. Forgot to pause the advance of the light infantry. I would say that I'm not actually winning that fight. We are losing quite a bit of men. I'm gonna detach and move this infantry in really quickly over here and shoot these guys up. Now when I inspire them, it's kind of going the other way. But we have lost about 1/3-ish. And they have certainly not lost that many just yet. Once I get these guys into action there, I'm also going to move up the cannon. It's not a great position. They're not taking advantage of this. I thought my heavy cavalry would win this fight, but clearly not. It might be that it's because we're kind of downhill against them. Once these guys start opening fire, should be enough to break them, but soon about half this unit is gone. Which is not that great. Certainly not. Let's bring up the cannon. Yeah, it's not a good view from here. It's better than anything, but... Let's pull my cavalry back. Yeah, they've lost about half strength at this point. Moving them back just to the infantry get better shots off. Yeah, the Cuirassier Guard is really no longer an effective unit. They're tired. Follow after them. Take your place back here again. You two need to form square because we got more dragoons coming in. Oh, that's another. They've got 2 of those dragoon units. Here's another one. Of those almost 200 men. Another dragoon unit running onto our square. Cannon ready to set up, bombard the enemy. They aren't as close to the forest as I would like. Not really within a quick bayonet charge jump, as it were. You know what? Hold fire, because I'm pretty sure you're just shooting this little square. This might very well break if I don't pivot more of this infantry brigade against them. They've lost a lot. Let's move up a little bit with these. I can just fold down the square and then run into the second one if need be, but it looks like these are about to break, so they're gonna break before this one does. Right, they're running, but there's still 96 of them. Don't forget about my dragoons, but... Right, now you can open fire again as they're leaving. And then you go back into attack position. So we've been delayed quite a bit in our attack. But this is good because as I'm planning to charge the enemy infantry down, I definitely don't want to run into tons of enemy cavalry, especially how powerful these guys were. Let's get these guys back as they've seen the enemy off the field. Probably not going to take part more in the battle until the very end, since they're very tired at this point. Oh, these guys are coming back again, doing their attack. Now they're going to attack the other square this time around. But that's definitely not going to go anywhere. They're almost already breaking. With that, let's continue the main attack. And the light infantry should now be able to join here by moving forward in the flank. General following close. Heavy cavalry is not going to take part in this. Dragoons should be readied soon to swing in against these. Got the enemy general over here. They haven't deployed the cannons, which I like, especially the fact that they haven't deployed the howitzers, because they would be the ones that would actually be able to shoot at us. Oh, it's because most of their army is actually facing the other way around. Enemy general, if he were to die, that would help us quite a lot. Let's set up like that. Okay, the lights need to hold pretty darn quickly because these guys are setting up. It's Fusiliers. It's gonna be a powerful shot coming out of those guys. However, we are in a forest, and they're gonna get it flank fired by our light infantry. However, we don't seem to be getting that many hits. Enemy general was sent away. Let's set up for that charge now. Most of the infantry will be sent over here. I think, dragoon-wise, 2 dragoons towards the main, with 1 being able to sweep through this because it's 2 Landwehr and 1 Fusilier. Veteran line infantry. For now, we're staying within the forest. Russian dragoons. Charge the Landwehr. And then sweep these 3. While the other 2 go to over here. And we will charge. Oh, you were halted? For some reason. As the enemy moves there, the light moves up.
Our general is under attack.
General moves. It's definitely going to be needed to support over there. Dragoons, quickly cross the field. You breaking there. Light infantry to that side. Charge. I need you to break those guys already. Ah, no. I knew that was gonna be bad. The dragoons weren't able to join in time. And they were blocked by enemy infantry over here, so that we have a rout of troops over there. And my dragoons weren't able to push through this unit either. Finally we pushed through. I guess it's because it's their first battle. Let's rally and regroup here.
Our men are running, sir.
Yeah, one of the dragoons are now running. Regroup. I'm hoping I can rally these guys eventually. Surprised you haven't broken yet, stupid Landwehr. But then again, they have lots of chevrons. Okay, so a lot of them are actually coming back. A lot of enemy units are coming back. I need you over here.
Our men are running, sir.
And then the lights need to come over here as well. Or you broke. Okay, pull back. We've got 1 dragoon charge going in right now. We might be surrounded in the forest. Heavy cavalry's coming in. We're gonna send these guys back into action. Light infantry over there. Right, the Landwehr is now finally broken. Behind this kind of hill. Rally your troops. I think it's best we hold fire here. We're probably gonna shoot our own. More so than the enemy. We're holding on, but you can see how the enemy is moving around us here. It's grenadiers, but they've suffered heavy casualties. Let's see if we can't get this going. The heavy cavalry is now coming in. firing into the hill. And as they do that, my cavalry's moving in. The thin line of grenadiers are not gonna hold. The unit is quickly smashed. Move on to the voltigeurs. Move on the flank here.
Our men are running, sir.
Who's running? It's the center which is getting broken by stupid Hessians, but I'm gonna hit them simultaneously. Pull back. Switch to canister. We have got 2 units running in the center actually. I'm inspiring this unit. Dragoons push through. Light infantry to the front. They're rallying. We were able to break them over here. Heavy cavalry. Continue over here. Continue the charge. Continue the breakout. Let's attack this one from multiple angles. The enemy was broken over there. Let's have the cavalry move through. Light infantry to the front. Let's go for those cannons. That's gonna take a lot of like their kind of points, or the strength of their army. It's gonna take a lot of points out of that. And that's gonna force a lot of other units to rout. Kind of failing in our charge here. Inspiring the boys. Make sure that they reach the line. That's a lot of chevrons on that unit. It's going to be a difficult fight, which I'm actually going to lose. Can I get canister shot that way? Both units were broken. What are you doing? I mean, we are victorious, but it was at a heavy cost. As I look at the casualties here. Plan didn't really work.
A glorious victory, sir.
But the enemy had a lot of good troops. Single unit remaining. I might be able to sweep it away just with a few canisters here. I think I'm actually shooting too short. My army is rallying though to set up against them. And all that's really needed is for the cavalry to charge. Now the canister hit home. Hold fire though, as the cavalry is now coming at them. And unfortunately for them, they do not have time to form square. And they are broken. And the cavalry runs home. Wonderful! We are victorious, and we have taken the province. Here's the result of that battle. I lost about half my force. The entire enemy force is destroyed, but that's what happened when you situate yourself within a town. So we lost about half. Actually, we lost more than half, since we have less men remaining, 1,400. Out of 3,200 men, 1,700 died, leaving 1,400 roughly. We were able to kill off most of the enemy actually in battle. 3,153. Surprisingly few team kills, as it were, around 150, but then again, we didn't actually fire musket that much. It was mostly bayonets. It comes down to the dragoons, the cuirassiers and dragoons, and then light infantry doing most of the killing. Some musketry units didn't do too well, but there was some poorly coordinated chargers on the right there. I was worried about that because there was such a long distance to go from the forest out to the enemy, so they had time to fire quite a bit of volleys into them. However, we were victorious, and we now capture the area. I could loot it, but we only make 11,000 out of that, so it's kind of no point. We're gonna peacefully occupy, and hopefully Prussia doesn't declare war on us while we're here. What I should really have done is I should have looked through what everyone's victory provinces were. I'm pretty sure Hessen Castle is one of the Prussia's victory provinces. We're gonna hand it over to the Prussians, actually as soon as possible. And once that's done, I will hopefully get them into the war, and that will open up a new front for the French with Prussian troops streaming in on the border, and that will reduce the pressure on me a little bit. Pretty nice. But we had 2 battles in quite a long episode, so we'll end it right here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!